Claire, and welcome to our first ever virtual Red Chair. We're so glad to have you here. Now, while I may not be sitting in the red chair, have no worries. There's still plenty of good news to be shared. Today on the Red Chair Chat, we have with us Sara Brammer, Director of Family Violence Services here at Synergy Services and returning guest, as well as Christina Cherry, the Program Manager for our newly expanded Domestic Violence Housing Program. Let's all give them a warm welcome to the virtual Red Chair Chat. Hey, Christina, Sara, thank you so much for joining us on this week's virtual Red Chair Chat. How are you two doing?
Doing great.
Yeah. Doing great. Awesome. Well, I see that you are in our newly renovated and completely finished Domestic Violence Center, which is...
We are.
I love it. How is it going over there?
It's going great, actually. We moved in some clients. We have 13 clients back in shelter. About half of those are kids. And then we still have some clients in the hotels, but we're trying to be really safe and social distance.
We love that. Well, Sara, as our first repeat guest on the Red Chair Chat, we know that you are the Director of Family Violence Services here. And Christina, as a new guest on the Red Chair Chat, could you share a little bit about your role at Synergy Services?
Yes, so I am the Program Manager of our Domestic Violence Center Housing Program. So I started actually here at the DVC as an advocate, and over the course of the past 6 years, have worked my way up through case management into assistant program manager, and now I manage our permanent housing.
Well, that's what we're here to talk about today, is that Domestic Violence Center housing. So could you share a little bit about when this program started?
Yes, so we started a year ago, March 2019. We housed 4 families, and so what we do as a permanent housing program is we take victims of domestic violence who have multiple housing obstacles, and we place them into their very own apartment, and we pay the rent and utilities for up to 2 years. And then with that, we offer them case management and therapy services and advocacy and educational support in order to help them get their feet better under them so that after the end of this 2 years, they can be independent. At our year mark, all of the original clients are still in the program. They're still utilizing all of the services. We're seeing a lot of personal growth in them. So that's kind of where we're at this point.
That's great. Well, congratulations. So many remarkable things happening in your program. Now, Sara, I'm wondering if you could speak a little bit to why this program is so essential to our community and the impact.
Oh, Claire, I'm happy to. So there's a dramatic decrease in residential services available for domestic violence victims. When you couple that with a high eviction rate, Christina said this morning that over 1,000 people had been evicted since May 1st in the Kansas City area. So what we have is sort of a couple of different crises going on. We have a housing crisis from the evictions due to COVID and unemployment and all of those things. And then we have a reduction in shelter services that are being provided. So what we're seeing is a real flood of highly lethal cases coming in or requesting services. And we're seeing a greater increase in domestic violence requests for services, particularly because of all of those pieces that I just mentioned. The housing program is so essential. And we've coupled that a little bit with the hotel program and having clients in hotels so we can social distance and shelter and they can have their own space. But that hotel program is really expensive.
Thank you both for what you're doing. And I just want to make note that just like our other services here at Synergy Services, they all work hand in hand. And that's one of my favorite things about not only Domestic Violence Center, but the Domestic Violence Housing Program, that we can align on both of these missions and work together to make a bigger impact. Now, of course, being on the Red Chair Chat, while you're not sitting on our red chairs, celebrate all things good news. And I hear there is some very good news amongst the other good news that you just shared. Christina?
We have some great news. So we were able to expand over the course of this past year. We've expanded from our original 4 families to being able to offer housing to 10 families. We are moving in our final 3 families this month, and we have increased from our original 12 clients to a projected 34 clients. So we have
It's just a little growth.
just a tiny bit of growth there. So we are very excited about that. We have also expanded programming to include what I'm calling our independent care program. And so this is for clients that we're not paying their rent or their utilities. They have an alternate way of paying that on their own. But we know from the relationships that we've built with these clients, they may have been in and out of shelter over the years, that they need the wraparound support services in order to remain successful. And so we have created a long-term case management and therapy program within the housing program to offer those support services to those clients as well. Has grown from this little kind of tiny, hopeful program into a full-blown, beautiful, supportive service for our survivors of domestic violence. We're very, very happy to see what's been going on this past year.
Well, that surely is some very great news. Congratulations, Christina, on the expansion of your program, and congratulations, Sarah, on the new renovation. Thank you both so much for joining us on this week's Red Chair Chat. We'll see you soon.
See you later.
Thanks, Claire.
Wow, that was some great news. Once again, another huge congratulations to Sarah, Christina, and the entire team at the Domestic Violence Center and the Domestic Violence Center Housing Program for their remarkable efforts in this phenomenal expansion. I think that is surely some great news to head into our weekend with. But hey, have a great weekend, stay safe and healthy. We'll see you next week for even more good news and even more special guests. And don't you forget, my friends, be kind. Together, we can create the good news.